Hello everybody, I've been Storm here. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Turkey. In the last episode, we continued our work, getting our research done. We got our first new divisions trained, or at least one of them anyway. And yeah, we're getting construction done. We got ourselves a new fighter design. And so, things are progressing pretty well as far as that's concerned. And the Spanish Civil War has fragmented into absolute chaos with like a four-way conflict going on. So, yeah, that's interesting. We sent an attaché to the nationalists because they would be willing to take an attaché. Just so that we could generate some army experience. Once the nationalists are defeated, because it looks like that Republican Spain is actually winning all of these conflicts, we'll have to probably move our attaché probably to China to continue to generate army experience. And yeah, we're just kind of seeing how things progress in the world. The German Empire has reformed. Wilhelm II has returned. So yeah, that's coming along. We'll see what Germany ends up doing. We'll see what the Soviets end up doing. Yeah, should get interesting. Hopefully it'll be interesting. That's kind of what we're going for here. All right, as far as the focus trees go, because I had a little bit of a rant. Not really a rant, just a kind of annoyance that I mentioned about the focus trees. And yes, I know that I can, if I just take some time and go through here and work out what is what, then I could probably figure it out. It's just, I would prefer kind of more of an at-a-glance type of thing when trying to select something that's exclusive. Just me. It was suggested I might want to restart. Because I know I did that before in my USA campaign when I kind of locked myself out of something on the focus tree as well. That I restarted. Because I basically, I locked myself into a corner where I couldn't do anything. I don't think that's the case here, so we're just going to keep going. Because I should be able to take this focus. Because I can take this focus, I can take this focus. This one needs this one. And either this one or this one. So I should be able to take that one. If I can take that one, then I can take this one, because it requires either this one, or that one. So I can take this one. And then that will allow me to reconfigure the Turkish policy, foreign policy. And then that will let me take this one. Or this one, or that one. So basically that will let me into this whole section of the tree. So that does give me a lot of options. So I haven't painted myself into a corner here yet. So I still have a bunch of options. It's just not, I can't go down this tree, and I can't go down this one. Which, okay. It would have been kind of interesting to go down that tree, but, it's not the end of the world. Alright, so let's go ahead and get things back moving again. I don't know why. This has been happening in the last couple of series, where when I load in, for some reason, some of my trading is different. I know I was buying steel from the Germans. I'm pretty sure I was. Unless I'm going nuts. Alright, we can begin decoding a cipher. We're going to keep working over the Soviet Union. Let's infiltrate this Soviet army. let's see. You are rooting. It'll be you and you. Alright. Do I want to try and improve my stability? Initiate counter-fundamentalist operation. I'm going to hold off on those for just a moment. I want to kind of get my army, military all squared away. All right. There's a new cavalry division. I now have 10 army experience. So what I want to probably do is go in here and edit the cavalry divisions to give them support artillery. There we go. Should help them out, get them a bit more soft attack. I just say we're losing 8 artillery units per day. Now it's positive. Assess our future. Okay, that's done. Let's take the Hatay issue. Gain base war support plus 5%. Let's see what that does. Wonder if it has something to do with this little bit of France that's down here. Alright, looks like we're prepared. Commence the operation. China has declared war on Communist China. Communist China joined the Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. Communist China has joined Japan's faction. Huh. That's interesting. Japanese are fascist. Okay, they're fascist, and now they're allied with a communist state. Oh, that is interesting. As I mean, as you may or may not know, fascists and the communists don't exactly like each other much. I need to do something about my navy. Thing is, I don't hardly have any actual naval shipyards, so I'm building convoys, which I am going to need. So we'll get there. Alright, what is our research looking like? We're going to be getting naval bombers in 28 days. Air support. Light tanks is also something we're probably going to need to work on. Alright. Swaraj movement makes gains in provincial elections. British civil servants woke to a rude shock this morning as the results of the recent provincial elections came in. It is clear now that a large majority of Indians have given their votes to pro-Swaraj candidates. And provinces across India, calls have already started to turn this limited amount of local government into total self-rule as quickly as possible. A spokesman for the British government stressed that now was not the time to discuss such measures, that any transfer of further authority to Indians was out of the question. Alright. So let's go ahead and start. I could take this. What does it get me? Kamal's neutrality, which gains stability, generate war goal, tension limit. No. No. We definitely don't want that. Base war support up. The Turkish rebels in Hungary will be pacified. Do it. Ooh. France cedes the sovereignty of Hatay to us. Kazim Orbe gave a small speech and Antakya, welcoming the citizens of Hatay into Turkey, and gave thanks to Léon Blum of France for respecting the democratic will of the people of Hatay. Even though the move was met with outrage by Syrian officials, the general mood of Hatay and Turkey as a whole was one of satisfaction, and many Turkish people have made trips from their homes down to Hatay to consecrate Turkey's newest province with celebrations and gift exchanges. You're welcome back in the fold, brothers and sisters. There we go. We got that little bit right there. Okay. That's something. Our first territorial gain. Alright, war support's up. Stability is up. Now, if we could just get that manpower up. Speaking of. Do I want to go to partial mobilization? Rising inflation is not active. Worsening recession is not active. Imminent depression is not active. Consumer goods factories, let's see, around 25%. Military factory conversion cost. Fuel gain per oil. Yeah, let's go to partial mobilization. And let's add someone to our military high command. Fleet logistics. Max naval range. Screens. We'll probably do something with the fleet. Screens attack and screen defense. I think we'll probably take that since we're going to be probably using small ships for a while. Assuming I can actually start getting some ships under construction, which I think we might be thinking about doing sooner rather than later. Yeah, definitely Republican Spain, or Spain, is winning this war. And Communist China is getting crushed. Alright, there's my naval bombers. Now, a tactical bomber. Strategic bomber probably doesn't sound good for me. Go for Blenheims for tactical bombers. We have close air support. Probably want to keep to the small planes for the time being. Okay. Alright. Well, we should probably start working on an air doctrine. Might be a good idea. Jet age ground attack doctrines. Jet age fighter doctrines. Well, we haven't reached there. Battlefield support, strategic destruction, or operational integrity. I think battlefield support is where we're going to go. That's what I typically do. And it just makes sense for a smaller nation, I believe, because it focuses on close air support. We're not going to have a fleet of strategic bombers. At least not for a while. UK. Motion of no confidence. Interesting. Alright, so they didn't go this route. That probably means that they can't... They're not going to be going fascist or communist. Okay. You need artillery. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. We need 1,200 artillery pieces to fill our needs. A treaty of perpetual friendship in the Balkans. As a first step in an attempt to rebuild the relationship between the Socialist Republic of Bulgaria and its Balkan neighbors, the Bulgarian government has signed a friendship treaty with Yugoslavia by which both countries have formalized their commitment to develop friendly relations and promote economic cooperation between them. There are those who claim that the true intentions of the Bulgarian government go beyond establishing friendly relations with its neighbors, and that its real goal is to form a Balkan federation to confront the major European powers. But for now, these statements are nothing more than mere speculation. Okay. Interesting. We're going to have communists on both sides of us. Potential issue. Greece, what are you doing? New weapons, old... Oh, so you're just improving your military right now. Can't see what else they've taken. Huh? What's happening? Traditionalist infiltration crisis. Okay. Well, we may want to take some of these options. Next event's decision about the timeout. The devaluation of the Turkish lira. Crisis. Trying to simultaneously maintain a war economy is proving to be problematic. Is that because of the mobilization? Okay, I think that might be because of the mobilization that I took. Alright, well... Alright, our infiltration of the army is completed. No issues. Alright, so that means then you guys can then begin rebuilding that network. There you go. Not sure there's anything I can do about that just yet. I don't think I have that option. Oh. I could abolish it. I can develop some chromium deposits. Thing is, I just don't have the political power. Oh well. Let's see. I guess we'll just keep working on this. Communist China has capitulated. Well, but I wonder if that has caused a large enough issue that Japanese forces are going to start making inroads into China. We'll see. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that right now. Alright, the Regional Defense Council of Aragon was annexed. Alright, let's see what happens here. It failed. Okay, well that's good, I guess. Alright, so dispersed support or integrated support. What does this get me? Line artillery recovery rate plus 0.2. Or soft attack plus 25% organization plus 10. I'll take that soft attack and organization. We'll go for that route. Alright, hold on. We completed this national focus. Alright, good. Quit India movement. Indian calls for independence have intensified lately. Now things have come to a head, as the radical Quit India movement has calls for the United Kingdom to leave the country as soon as possible. British authorities were quick to react, however, and have cracked down on the movement, arresting several leaders and dawn raids on homes across India. Reports prepared by a special branch indicate that many sympathizers are still at large, however, and many of the civil service have expressed fears that more extremist elements of the movement may even resort to violence. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. The Indians are trying to gain independence from Britain. We shall see. And we need a new focus. Okay, so let's see. It'll add two building slots in Ankara and one building slot in a whole bunch of other states. That would be interesting. Air experience. Naval Dockyards. Yes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and run down this route a little bit. So we can get some naval dockyards and actually start building some ships. We are also going to need to research some ships. So we'll have to look into that as well. Alright, so we have my ground doctrine, air doctrine. Carlos, Spain was annexed. There they go. Now they just need to focus on the nationalists. And it doesn't look good for the nationalists. Offer conscription exemptions to Kurdish groups. It grants recruitable population factor. The Kurdish state will lose its state modifiers and become a core. Instantly cancelled. Okay. We're probably going to want to do that. We need political power. What is costing us political power right now? This guy, for one thing. Need to get rid of this. Alright, so what I might do here is go ahead and recall my attaché. Get rid of that. Alright, now we need to get the, well, we're gonna need political power for that. Got a lot of stuff we need political power for. That isn't gonna help us very much further, so it's, it's fine. Expand the air bases. Go ahead and start that. United Kingdom disavows appeasement. Okay. In a public statement today, the new British Prime Minister, Winston Churchill, has announced the new government's intention to steer away from the course of appeasement their predecessors had loyally maintained. In no uncertain terms, Winston Churchill made it clear today that the United Kingdom's aim is to put a halt to the march of tyranny wherever it may rear its ugly head. Whether the threat of war will serve to halt the expansionism of certain nations remains to be seen. I don't know what nations they're going to be trying to halt the expansion of, because, well, Germany isn't fascist anymore. But already, recruitment programs are well on their way in the United Kingdom, lending credence to their statements. Alright. I don't know what you are doing. A new and better Germany. Bulwark against Bolshevism. Gains annex war goal against Republican Spain. Gains annex war goal against the Soviet Union. That might be where they end up going. We'll see. Alright, decimetric radar. We might get there. Naval doctrine. That's another thing we need to start working on. Let's see. 1936 cruiser hull. I don't think we're going to get there. Destroyers, I think, is probably what we're going to do. Let's get basic depth charges. We can actually build more Yavuz class heavy ships. I mean, they're like old. I mean, we could build them. Coastal defense ships. Uh, 15.2 centimeter. Basically like a heavy cruiser. Alright, Spain took 8 states. Spanish Directory was annexed. Stalinist victory in Spanish Civil War. After a long and grueling civil war, the Second Republic has finally defeated their anarchist and nationalist enemies and secured full control over Spain, though isolated pockets of nationalist troops continue to wage a guerrilla war that may well hamper the exertion of local Republican control in previously nationalist areas. It is unlikely further coordinated resistance of any significance will materialize. The Civil War saw the peaceful transition of Spain to a communist government, which secured extensive Soviet aid. As the nation focuses on rebuilding its war-torn cities and industry, Spanish-Soviet ties appear only to be strengthening, and the Soviet Union is expected to be heavily involved in post-war industrial recovery programs. All right. So Spain is now a puppet of the Soviet Union. The Fourth International, a number of communist delegates from around the world met in Paris today for a founding conference, laying the groundwork for what has been known as the Fourth International. Calls for its formation have existed for years, with supporters of Trotsky's theories taking the lead. Stalin has responded to the growing support for Trotskyism abroad by ordering additional assassinations and increasing propaganda against his old rival. With the past purges of suspected Trotskyites in the high ranks of the Soviet military and leadership in recent memory, this is unlikely to be met with any resistance. All right. Yep, so Spain is part of the Comintern now. And we need to make some... I think what we're going to do first is we're going to offer conscription exemptions to Kurdish groups, because it will core those states. It'll impact our recruiting, but so be it. Alright, expand the air bases is done. Let's go ahead and grab this guy. Hungary renounces Treaty of Triana. In a public declaration, Miklos Horthy has renounced a treaty imposed by the Allied powers after the Great War, signed by the Hungarians under protest in 1920. It greatly reduced the country's size and limited the strength of its military. In his speech, Miklos Horthy already hinted that Hungary may soon look towards reaffirming their claims on territories taken from them 2 decades ago. Okay. Probably going to be going after that territory in Romania. We'll see what happens there. Alright, how are things here? Yeah, definitely the distraction in communist China has created an opening for the Japanese, it would seem. Alright, how are we doing here? We need artillery pieces. Alright, how long? 883 days until we can satisfy our requirements for artillery pieces. We'll have to see about that. We're going to need more military factories. Do I have focuses that will give me more military factories? I'm almost certain that I do. Land forts. Perhaps not. Alright, well. Let's see what we can get built. We really need to get down here before we can actually do much as far as territorial expansion. Cleanse Iberia Bolshevism gains a public war focus on Spain. A war goal in Spain. Annex war goal against Greece. Yeah, this is where we start saying, well, we're going to just start taking people over. Alright, Italy announces claims on Yugoslavian territory. Speaking to the Italian population along the Dalmatian coast, Benito Mussolini has announced that Italy fully considers Italian-speaking territory in SFR Yugoslavia to be a rightful part of Italy. An official statement backed up the claims, making it clear that Italy is prepared to take the territory by force if need be. Alright, so war goals are starting to form. We'll have to see where we can insert ourselves. Alright, but we're at the end of the episode, so we'll go ahead and stop here. And see where we end up. The Mexican Civil War is still going on. And it looks like not much has changed. Actually, before we end, let me just go ahead and take a look at the ongoing wars. Japanese-Chinese war. Chinese have lost 741,000 men. The Japanese have lost 300,000 men. The Mexican Civil War has seen 32,000 casualties in the Mexican junta and 57,000 casualties in Mexico proper. Alright. We probably looked at the Spanish Civil War before it was over. Oh well. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.